Everybody. I hope you're all doing well and taking exceptional care of yourselves. I'm Elise has another truth here on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening to this audio only video. This is a personal type of video, so if this is not your cup of tea, please come back at another time. I just wanted to make a clarification on the community post that I made about being okay. I'm not suggesting that I gave anybody the idea that I wasn't okay or anything like that. I have my struggles like anybody else in the world. Maybe my struggles are a little bit more, a little bit less. But I don't believe I gave anybody the impression that I wasn't okay or I wasn't okay with my circumstances or my life or anything like that. Quite to the contrary. Um, And I don't need people's sympathy or tears or concern like that because the life that I have, while it may not be conventional and I may not have received the conventional or traditional things that people see as life success or a success of living life, I'm still living my life to the fullest in my own way, baby steps, gradually, and reaching for my goals, my personal goals, my social goals, all of those things. I don't know where I got the impression or I've given the impression that I wasn't okay with those things. I don't need a million people to um I'm sorry, I'm just putting moisturizer on my face as I'm speaking to you. Um I don't need the approval of others to be valid. I may not have been born in ideal circumstances, okay, but I don't want anybody else's life. I just want my own life, and I have my own life, and I treasure my own life. Whatever experiences I've gone through have helped me to navigate this world the best that I could. Sometimes I didn't do a good job of it because of things that have happened, because of traumatic experiences, because of certain types of neglect, but that doesn't mean that I'm not equal to others. I shouldn't be pitied. I shouldn't be looked at that I'm not valuable. I am a valued member of society. I do have a place in this world. I am part of this. I don't need people to validate me in great numbers. I don't need an army of online friends to do my bidding. I don't need to be the person on the outside looking in the window in the and I don't mean it like that way, but like in the shop window and saying, "Oh, I wish I could have that." I don't want your life. I have my own life. I don't want anything that you have. I have what I have. I have what I need, and almost there with what I want. Sometimes what I want isn't like the most ideal thing for me to have. In my friendships, I have few friendships. That's okay. I don't consider the world my friend. I do consider um, people as people. I do care. I To some extent, I do wish people well. Wish some people well, I guess. And I am supportive, but it's not my position to be a cheerleader and then expected to envy one's life. I don't envy anybody, trust me. I don't envy anybody's life. I don't want anybody else's life other than my own. And whatever my feelings because I have to go through those feelings because of what I've gone through, what I experienced, what's going on with me. I don't consider a friendship when someone parades their other friendships, but keeps me out in the dark, keeps me on the sideline, keeps me, you know, um, kind of looking from the outside in, being, while people have their own circles and enjoyment and stuff, that I should be the observant because of my background or anything like that. That's bullshit. I'm not doing that for anybody. I did behave that way. I've outstayed my welcome, so to speak. And I just didn't see what I could offer the world, what I could do. And I don't need to offer things and then expect people to love me for it. Okay. If you don't love me, fine. I don't care. You don't want to be my friend? Fine. I don't care. It's okay. You have a right to set boundaries. You have a right to be with the people that you want to be with, who you want to be with, who you feel most comfortable with. It's not anything against me. It has more to do with your perception of people, your boundaries, what you need in your life. And all I can say is, all right, I respect that. But, I don't look at anybody as a family member on here. Um, I have a family. I don't look for that type. I mean, if someone considers me as a family, I would think that they would treat me like a family instead of treating me like an outsider. So when someone says they think of me, oh, sorry about that. Alexa, shut down. Sorry. Alexa was giving me the weather update, and it's actually quite pleasant outside. I have a connection with somebody on here who I respect because they kind of established their boundaries with me many years ago. It was clear that they did not want a real friendship with me. They said that they felt a certain kinship with me. Obviously, that wasn't the case, because I would have been a greater part of their life. And of course, you know, we didn't have years of friendship, years of building each other, you're not building each other up, but building each other's trust. Um, and that's where I was mistaken. I didn't see those boundaries. I didn't see where it wasn't possible. Some people you click with right away, but it could be for a day, it could be for 5 years. How I see friendship and kinship is something far more serious than internet connection. It's in the development of the friendship. It's in the working on the friendship. It's not just talking. It's being there for each other. And sometimes some friends, you don't speak with for 5 years because people go away and do their own thing and they come back. What I have found in some of the friendships that I've made, now I'm not saying that I have been a perfect friend. I've talked about how I abandoned a friendship with very good people just because of they voted a different way in the 2016 election. Although there was some problems with that election, there weren't really any problems with the people I was dealing with or my friends at that time. They were very decent people, accepted me for who I am. I'm a left wing, godless heathen. They love me anyway. They love me anyway. They love people in general. They do the best that they can for people in their community. Um, they have a hard life, hard living, but they're good family people, decent people. They care about humanity and stuff like that. And they cared about me and my family. And what did I do? I rejected friendship because of something. So, no, I'm not an angel here. I'm not an angel in any sense. I'm not a victim in any sense. That couple, they are real friends. That family are real friends. And when I apologized to them. I didn't apologize to them because I wanted them back as friends, because I know it's a treasured thing. I wasn't expecting that. I wanted to apologize because it was the decent thing to do. And I really hurt them by my abandonment of them. I was very That's being disrespectful, it's abusive, it's not nice. And I apologized. I took accountability. I said, listen, in no way does this mean I want your friendship back. They communicated with me. They reached out after a few years. And I think I told this story before, but I had to apologize because I crapped all over them, you know? And they didn't deserve that by any stretch. They have enough of their own stuff going on for me to have left them like that, you know? But they forgave me. I didn't ask for their forgiveness. I didn't request it or anything. They offered that to me. That's a gift to be treasured. I'm never screwing that up again. Never. Never. But, we love each other and we worked through it and we did it. And that they're my internet friends, but they're also real life friends. Um, and, I consider that friendship. I consider my friend of 35 years and 30 years, respectively, my friends. They're friendships, they're real people. Now, I had a friendship of 25 years I had to give up because it was like, I was like that person at the shop and looking at the window dressing and looking inside and not being able to be a part of that experience or anything like that. And it was really hard. And this person kind of made sure that I understood the place she thought I was supposed to have. And that behavior of feeling superior or whatever. I mean, she was kind to her other friends. She did all these things with them and she told me about that. And it's at a point where, why do I want to hear that? Why do I want to hear that when I'm treated as an outsider in the friendship? And I should have known already that even then I was um not welcome. I should have just stayed away. And it wasn't a friendship. It might have been during work because that's how we met, but that was it. And I should have left it at that. I should have been more responsible and left it at that. So, it is what it is. And doesn't mean I don't want her well. I want her well and happy and thriving because I care, but I can't be friends. I'm not going to waste my time calling if calling isn't reciprocated or communication isn't reciprocated. I mean, she didn't even wish me well when I finished school or anything like that. And you know what? It's like, fuck that. I'm not going to deal with that. But I do have a friend on here on YouTube. Not a friend, but a connection. I made a connection with her at another platform. And she's a wonderful lady. She makes great content. She has a good heart. But, I overstayed my welcome with our friendship and she ended up blocking me, which she had every right to. I believe that's what it was. I'm hoping so. And I was angry because, and then I told her at the time, I said, I thought maybe um, because she had another connection with a friend and I should have understood that and celebrate that. And I didn't feel like I was part of the fold. Well, I didn't know her personally. I didn't have a chance to build a rapport with her. Sometimes these internet relationships are a matter of superficiality and it's okay. It's not bad, but it's not a friendship. It's not a kinship. It's not the same because I know who was there for me when I was at my worst. I know who didn't keep me out of the fold. I know people in my life try to one up me all the time because they think because I have all this stuff going on that I don't enjoy a level of success or joy or anything like that. It's contrary. And maybe it's because I did pull pity parties. I did have my pity parties and stuff. I mean, I'm in a lot of pain and anguish. Less so now than I was. But, nobody wants to be around that. Nobody wants to be around that because only therapy could help that. So I'd understand with that, but I'm not going to be an outsider looking in, and I'm not going to give my emotions to anybody. And I think it's just better, like at least on this platform and any other platform, just to keep a respectful distance. I can care, I can show support as a fellow creator, as a co-creator or whatever, a work colleague, but that's it. I don't have anything more emotional than that. I don't mind sharing some things. I don't share everything, but I just don't have that love and affection and care. I do have that care that one would give to a family member that they, or a friend, a really close friend. I know who my friends are, and they're not on YouTube and they're not anywhere else. And I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just that it's better that if certain strict boundaries are set. And for me, it's more important that I keep my issues with abandonment in perspective, kind of keep them on, the sideline. They'll always be there, but they're not a part of my decision making. They're not even, it's not even part of making this video. It's very hard to talk about this because I have to own up to stuff, but at the same time, it's freeing, and it's not to hurt anybody. It's not to say that a person's words and kindness don't matter to me, but if I also have my own boundaries, I have my own limitations. Um, and if people are trying to one up me or think their life is better than mine, it's up to them. But don't put me into the fold of that, because I'm not responsible for that. I'm not here to serve as a means to make people feel better about themselves over me. I am equally valid, important. Doesn't matter if I don't have the conventional things that everybody has, to be noticed, to be looked at or something. I just have to worry about taking care of myself, advocating for myself, and ensure that I have a seat at the table. Okay. And um, I have to make sure that I'm a good advocate when it comes to my safe housing and health care and nutritious food, important things, professional things, things that actually matter, priorities. And that's it. That's all. Um, so there it is. If I am mistaken or I'm wrong, I'll admit it. Take care. And, do the same thing for yourself. You decide in your life who you really want in your life. Um, Try to handle it with care. Don't, unless they're like really toxic, yeah, block their ass. Do it. I've done it. It's been done to me. Do it. Take care of yourself. Um, Take a break from things. Be honest about your relationships if you can. Don't make some of the mistakes that I've made. I mean, of course, you'll make your own mistakes, but I want you to be safe, happy, and in healthy relationships.